YouTube, it's Tracy from Entrepreneur Girl, and today is Tracy's Tuesday Tips, and we're going to be talking about scanning apps for Amazon FBA, the most popular scanning apps out there for 2016. The second thing we're going to do is I'm going to kind of walk you through my personal preferences. It's just an opinion of what I've utilized in the past and what I like and why I like it. And the third thing we're going to do is actually scan some items so you can see my scanning app in action. Just as an example, you can apply it to any scanning app out there. Okay, so this is a YouTube video that I did 2 years ago, almost exactly, and this talked about several of the scanning tools used then, and that was NitoScan, ASeller Tool, Scan Power, and Profit Bandit. And I showed you the research that I had been doing. I showed it to you on the phone, and we talked about it for like 25 minutes. That was a pretty long video, and I am not going to recap all that information, but I will put the link down below. So if you want to click on that and hear about, all of those programs, then you can do so with just a click of the button. What we are going to be talking about today, however, are 7 different 2016 programs that I feel are the top ones. The first one is the free Amazon seller app. I'm going to show you that on my phone here in a minute. The second one is the free eBay app, and I'm going to show you that on my phone here in a second. And the third one is Profit Bandit. This is what I currently use, and this is what I'm going to be showing scanning in action here in just a second. We're going to take some miscellaneous products that I just kind of pulled out of my pile, and we are going to analyze them using my Profit Bandit app on my phone, and I'm going to walk you through that. Okay, the fourth one that I want to show you, but we're not going to be talking about in detail, is the Scan Power app. And this is Chris Green's program, and I like it a lot. And so I'm always suggesting this to other people. I don't have an affiliate for this one, but I do encourage people to check it out. And always, even though I give you my opinions, I hope you know that a lot of these will offer free trials, and it's really important that you check them out and don't listen to me, and kind of see what you like and what you don't like, and just kind of what fits your style better. All right, now the fifth one is ASeller Tool, and this is asellertool.com, as you can see up here. And you can look at the pricing and the packages and everything yourself, because we are not going to be talking about this one in detail. I did go in more detail in the first video, so again, you can click that link if you would like to hear more about ASeller Tool. And then another one, this will be our sixth one, is NitoScan. And this one was also in the previous video. We are not going to be covering it today, but what I did want to point out is a lot of these now have incorporated inventory management with it, which I think is awesome, because the 3 biggest questions that I get is, one, how to source inventory, which would be, in big part utilizing your scanning apps, right? The second thing is, how do I manage my inventory, which is really important because you don't want to run out of stock or not be able to find your product if you're dealing with merchant fulfilled or eBay. And then you just have, a bad rating on your accounts and upset customers. So that's never a good thing. And then the third question I always get is dealing with bookkeeping and taxes and all the business type aspects, which is equally important, because you need to know where you stand, if you're making progress on a monthly income level, but also just what are your best sellers, what are your worst sellers, what's costing you money. And it's just, obviously very good to know where you stand from a business aspect of it. And I did want to show you this one, because this one is probably my new favorite. And this is one that I think I'm going to be switching to. So I just started an affiliate link with them because I'm getting ready to convert over myself. And if I'm going to be using it, then I need to have an affiliate link for all my peeps, right? So that you can use it. And if you do use it, then it gives me a little kickback too. So it's kind of a win-win situation. And a lot of times I'm able to get, discounts in mass once we start doing that I can turn around and offer to the community. So that's really helpful when we can, join forces and do this kind of stuff. So the reason why I am kind of moving this to the #1 spot is because, here, let me show you. Inventory Lab does the research aspect of it. So not only is it like real-time scouting, and sourcing for products, and it's live, so everything's like precise and up to date, but it also, helps you with like building your shipments and tracking costs and listing your products. So it kind of takes you through all of the stages that we go through as sellers. This is super important because I talk about GoDaddy bookkeeping a lot, because right now I'm using Profit Bandit and GoDaddy bookkeeping. Why I'm thinking about switching to Inventory Lab is because it's like a marriage between those two. And this will have my accounting, my sourcing, and everything all in one place. So that's really appealing to me. It just seems like it would simplify the processes, and it seems like one place that I can send everybody to and feel really, good about that. As you can also see, it takes you through with the inventory management. So now we've covered all of them. We covered sourcing, we've covered inventory management, and we've covered our bookkeeping. And then you have the reports, which you can take to your accountant for end of the year taxes. So that's why I like this one. You can see the monthly price is more than Profit Bandit, but really not that bad when you consider everything that it does, and then you consider, the prices of scan power and such. If you do it annually, you save 18%, and then hopefully I'll be able to get some discount codes that we can, put out there too. I did want to tell you that Inventory Lab is probably my favorite. Scan Power is probably my second favorite. Profit Bandit is my third favorite, even though that's what I've been using forever, years and years. I've used Profit Bandit, but it's just so inexpensive, and I've just been comfortable with it. So I've just continued with Profit Bandit all this time, even though I've talked about switching to other things. So I definitely like those top three a lot. I would feel very confident telling you that you can't go wrong with using any of those. The Inventory Lab is my new personal favorite. And if you do choose to use them, then please click on the link, the affiliate link down below, so that I can get a kickback, and then we can get those discounts going on the site. So that would be cool. All right, now we're going to go to scanning. Okay, so you're at my desk, and we are going to go ahead and use my phone. This is an iPhone 6 Plus, and this is what I have my scanning apps on. And you can see down here I have the eBay free one, and I have the Amazon free one. And how I got both of those on my phone is through the App Store. So you can just click on the App Store, and then you can do the search button, and then enter in eBay, and this is going to come up. Now, the one you want to be careful of is the Amazon one, because there's a regular Amazon one, and then there's a selling Amazon one. So you want to type in Amazon seller app, and then it will pop up for you. And you can download both of those totally free. And I put them down here so that no matter what screen I am on my phone, they always stay down here, and I don't have to search for them when I want to do a quick scan. They're just always right down there and accessible. So those are them. And if you don't have a smartphone, and if you don't have any form of scanning apps, even the free ones, I would advise you to hold off and not to take this business venture on until you can get those two things, because you're going to make so many mistakes, and I don't want them to be pricey mistakes that hurt you. And even now, having done this all these years, I won't buy anything without scanning it, because it's just too risky. And there's just, sometimes you think it looks good, you think it looks profitable in the store. And when I first started, I would send it in, and I actually paid Amazon 20 cents by the time my product sold. So I did all of that work and shipped it in. So I was probably negative like 70 cents when it was all said and done. So it only took me a couple of times to figure out that I'm never making that mistake again. So don't start with that mistake. Let me save you from that, and do not buy anything without scanning it first. So those are the free ones, and this is what it looks like. Open the Amazon one first. And so when you open it up, this is the page that you're going to see. And you can see the first one is scan. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it. And then what you're going to see is it's going to open my camera up so you're able to see my big stack of reading books over there. And I could take a book and I can go ahead and scan it. And I can have the camera, just want to get it where you can see it. It's so hard to do it like this. Okay, so it took it and then the information came up here. So this is the book, Making Money Mom. And as you can see on my phone, it has a little picture of it. It has the title of it. And I can click on this and get additional information. Again, we have the picture. Ranking up here, it's 34,792 in books. We talked about ranking in lots of videos. I like for it to be under 100,000 and most all categories. Books will actually go a little higher than that. And in fourth quarter, I'll go a little higher than that. So that is the ranking. That is how many stars it got. So people liked it. Here's the picture so you can make sure it's exactly like the product that you have. And then down here is the information. You have a new that you can click on and you have a used tab that you can click on. Here's where all the good stuff happens. You can see the price that it's going for minus the fees and what your net profit is going to be. And then it tells you how many Amazon, if Amazon is selling it, which it says none, then it tells you how many FBA people are selling it, which is only 2, so that's good. The lower the better. And then it tells me how many used merchant fulfilled there are. As you see, it has a little arrow here on the side, so I can click on these arrows. I can get more information. Here, when I clicked on my net proceeds, you can see where it gives me a tab of seller fulfilled and Amazon fulfilled. So I'm going to be Amazon fulfilled because I'm FBA. I'm not merchant fulfilled, so I'm not going to be in this tab. And this, I've made this mistake before, and you might too, is you look at the information when you click on, you know, the tab, wherein you need to do an additional step of clicking on Amazon fulfilled and then looking at that information, because this is actually going to be different. You know, they do a lot. You send it in to Amazon and you pay higher fees, but they are boxing it for you. You don't have any shipping material. You don't have to deal with any customer service. You don't have to deal with any shipping. You're not confined to a location around your inventory. So I don't mind paying the additional fees because I couldn't do it any other way. I mean, it's just so worth not having to deal with any of that stuff. So here's a great breakdown. Okay, so you want to make sure that you hit that Amazon Fulfilled tab if you're FBA. And then this is what it says. So it shows you the low price in used, and then it tells you the FBA fees. Now here you enter in your own amount. Shipping to Amazon. How much does it normally cost you to ship an item from your house to the Amazon warehouse? For me, I live in South Florida, and it costs me 25 to 50 cents depending on the size and the weight of the item. So this is a book, so I would put 25 cents because that's on average what it's going to cost me. Cost of purchase, so if I bought this for 25 cents at a book sale, I would put 25 cents here, and then it's going to tell you your exact net proceeds. So this counts everything except one thing, and that is your $39.99 Amazon FBA fee, kind of a cost of doing business. So I count it like I would count an app. You know, a scanning app is going to be, you know, a business expense. My seller account is obviously going to be a business expense. Internet, you know, phone, those types of things. So I don't worry about adding that. I just wanted to let you know that you could and that the app doesn't cover it. So this is pretty cool because it tells you exactly how much net profit you can expect from buying this book, and then you can make an educated decision whether you want to buy it or not. Okay, other features on the free apps, because the eBay and the Amazon are almost identical, you can use the scan button to scan them. If you can't find it with the UPC code on the back, you can enter in the title, the author, you know, and search for it, just manually entering in the keywords like that. Other features that I like is you can add it to favorites if you wanted to. And up here, I'm just going to go back arrow. I can click on, the sellers, how many sellers, and it will show me all the different sellers and what they're selling for, if they're, adding shipping to that, the condition of the book, and that's used. I can also click on the new tab up at the top if I wanted to, and I can scroll down and see all of my competition. So you can see if there's like, there's quite a bit of competition here, but there's only 2 FBA sellers, and that's all I'm really concerned about because I'm FBA. So I would go ahead and do this. But if there were like pages and pages and pages of FBA sellers, then maybe I would opt out of it. So here is where you can tell kind of your competition. Then the last thing at the bottom is selling eligibility. If you have any restrictions, it should be there on the bottom, and you should pay attention to that because it can save you from purchasing something that you really won't be able to sell. Okay, then up here, those 3 lines that I clicked, this is what opens, and you can see that I can look for my search history, ones that I have favorited. So I can go back and browse. If I was at the store and I decided I was going to buy this book, I could favorite it, and then I could come home and I could look back and see the information if I wanted to here. But this just gives you additional information. Now the eBay app right here is going to be almost identical to this item. Then there's a little scan button. Again, the window is going to pop up. I can scan my book. It's going to think about it for a second. And there's the book. And here you can see that it gives me the ISBN, it gives me the information, it gives me a little description, like a synopsis of the book, and any product identifiers like the ISBNs, author, everything. This one will even tell me the weight. I can use this if I decide I like it and I decide I'm going to buy this. I can use this to pre-fill an eBay listing in my account. Still loading the draft. Okay, so there we go. You probably recognize this. As like a side note, I always list on eBay using either my iPad or my iPhone because it's so much faster than using the computer. Because on the computer, I have to take the pictures externally, and then I have to download them into my computer, and then I have to upload them to my eBay listing, and that's very time consuming. So on eBay, anyway, I am always listing from my phone because you can see photos, and then I just click on this button to access my camera. I can go ahead and take additional pictures right from my phone doing the listing. So here we can scan it, we can pre-fill it, and we can finish the listing all from our app here. So I can just hit save or continue, go ahead and enter my shipping details, and this listing is live and active on eBay. So these apps are free and they're really good. I think they're terrific for being a free app. All right, now we're going to move on to Profit Bandit. Okay, same thing. I have the power to click this button and scan, or I can enter in the title and search that way. Then it will come up. It'll give me the title. It'll give me a picture of the book. I can make sure it matches. And then if I click this light bulb up here, because you're probably wondering what that is, I can vote and submit ideas to Profit Bandit, or if I need support, I can go ahead and do that with that button. So the orange line gives me the list price, how much it's going for. It gives me the rank of the book, which is pretty good. This is the part that I really like. So if you look here, I can look at all FBA by clicking that button, and then I can look at new or used or all, and I can see that there are only, 3 FBA sellers. Now the CCC is camel, 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 which you've heard me talk about. And here it is utilized right in the app itself. So I can look at the price data history. You can see that it's been trending down. I can tell just by looking at it through the screen that the price history is going down, but I can also look at sales rank, and I can also look at product details. And you can get, the historical data from any product by clicking that, which is super helpful, and the free apps don't do that, of course. And then I can click sell it. If I wanted to add this to my Amazon inventory, I don't have to scan it in the store, decide that I like it, take it home, scan it again to put it into my Amazon inventory. I can just go ahead and click sell it, do it for me. Here, it tells me how many FBA people there are, and that is in the red, so there are 3. Then it shows me which one would be Amazon. So I would be competing against Amazon for this. I like how it very clearly differentiates Amazon from other FBA sellers so that that, warning, warning, you're competing against Amazon, which none of us like to do. It's not that you can't do it. It's just kind of like, oh, bummer, because they're going to get the buy box. But okay, so there they are. So we know that they're in on it. But that's still, I would still, totally submit my book. Okay, then we have 67 new books, and we have 34 used books, and we have 0 collectibles. And that's showing you the breakdown of your competition. So now at a quick glance, we know the price, the list price, we know the rank, we know that this is our item, we know who our competition is, and we can look at other data just by clicking these buttons. Okay, down here you see buy and sell, and I get to enter in the sales price. So I'm going to enter in how much I'm going to sell it for. So I'm going to look at my competition. So I have FBA sellers in at $11.99 and $12.32, and Amazon's at $14.22 for new. There's a little in beside the Amazon one that means new. Above it you can see the LN, like new. So it gives you the condition of the book beside the price, beside what type of competition seller it is. So that's triple nice. So I can go ahead and say, okay, I want to sell my book for, I never go low, I'm never the lowest, I'm not normally the highest either. I would probably say I'm high middle. So I'm going to go in at $12.50 for my book. Put in my sell price at $12.50. I can enter in how much I bought it for, and I'm going to put 25 cents. And it's going to tell me that my profit is $6.90. You can see it there in green. Now that's new. I can enter used if I want to. Click this button, add the current item to my buy list. I can email it in text. I can copy it. I can clear everything. I touch that puzzle piece. It's telling me that I can plug in my Bluetooth scanner, which I've shown you in other videos, and I can just scan utilizing my little hand fob, which makes it really fast at a bookstore, but we're not doing that today. If I click on that little history thing, it shows you my history of my searches. And if I click on the one that has all of the volume controls, then this is where you can set your parameters. Say I wanted it to only show me the FBA. Say I wanted to shake to scan, if I wanted it to vibrate, if it was under, a 10,000 rank, if I wanted it to vibrate, if my profit was going to be over $15. I can set all of my parameters here on this page, which I really like because you can't set parameters on the free apps. Okay, so that is kind of a really good overview of the Profit Bandit scanning app. Forward to seeing you on Thursday's video. As a reminder, if you want to submit a Real People, Real Lives video, you can do that by emailing to tracy@entrepreneurgirl.net about a 7-minute MP4 video file. of anything behind the scenes that you got going on. And the second thing is, go ahead and click below, subscribe, like, and join our Amazon 360 Facebook group. We would love to have you in our communities. So I will see you next video. Bye, guys.